This is Nick with Build Brothers Roofing at 8135 Binney Place out here in La Mesa. Started my digital inspection. We are on top of an architectural shingle roof. A couple things I want to point out on this roof. Number one, we can see just how shiny a lot of this product is. You can see a lot of this stuff starting to shine with the sunlight. And essentially what's happening with this product is the oils on this asphalt shingle have started to evaporate. And as those oils evaporate, the granules start to deplete and all this fiberglass begins to show through. And once that fiberglass begins to show through, the waterproofing is greatly affected. We have a leak coming right from this section of the roof. You know, it's really hard to tell exactly where that leak would be coming from. One thing I can say is that this product is extremely loose. You can see how this shingle is just literally coming up. There's a lot of fundamental issues with the way that this roof was put on as well. So you can see if I lift this shingle up right where the seam is, the nail should be about 6 inches over on this side, right? But if I lift this up, we got a nail right here, okay? Same thing if I do it over here, we got a nail right there, all right? And now what's happening is whenever it rains, water does get in these seams, and that's okay, but what's happening is it's probably getting right into these nail holes throughout the roof. And it's not just an isolated situation. This is evident throughout the majority of it. And you got a nail head that's literally right on the seam itself. It's very rusted through. So I guarantee that a lot of water is getting through there. All right, I'm gonna move over to the next section. So we had some work done on this home. The contractor came out and just did a quick overlay on this half of the roof plane. Cut it right down the center, okay? Now, that's not what we want to do. If we're going to do an overlay on a roof, then we want to take it all the way across. Or, you know, if the homeowner is looking to just do a repair, then we're going to repair it, but we're going to take off that layer. So just putting that layer on top really didn't do much to help it. It probably caused a lot more damage than good at this point. We're getting a leak from this portion of the chimney, and what I'm assuming is happening, just based off of the way that this chimney is flashed and the age of it, is water's accumulating right here in this area every time it rains. Now, anytime water accumulates in an area, it's always going to find its way into the home itself. So it's probably getting into a lot of these seams around here, but more importantly, it's getting right into this section. So there's no counter flashing that was done when he went ahead and put this this extra layer of shingle on. So you know, ideally what we would want to do is take this layer off and reflash this chimney properly. The other thing that could be happening, actually I don't really think that's going to happen, but you know, they might want to get somebody to come out and check out the chimney itself. We can see we've had a bunch of mastic that was used to kind of seal off the top of this chimney. There could be water getting into the chimney itself, but anyway. All right, going to the flat section of the roof. So lots of really soft spots on this roof. Right here is extremely soft. I felt like I was going to walk right through it, so I'm going to walk around to the side. But again, more fundamental issues with the way that this roof was installed. So we can see that there is minimal to no bleed out. There's a little bit of bleed out right here on this seam, but throughout the rest of the roof there is not, which means that when they installed this product, they did not use enough heat when sealing off these seams. And so you can see how everything's starting to come up at this point. And each and every one of these seams is a leak waiting to happen. I can see water getting right underneath this stuff as well. And again, even on this corner, all this stuff is starting to come up, okay? We can see how loose a lot of this stuff is as well along the edges. So if my finger's getting underneath it, then water's definitely getting underneath it. And then you can see all the granules that are accumulating in the gutter itself. So it looks like we got an aging product that was not installed properly, which is a recipe for a leak every single time. Again, you can see how loose everything is. This stuff is just not even attached at this point to the drip edge. We had a little addition that was installed over here. We're getting leaks throughout. So what I'm assuming is happening on this portion is when they went ahead and installed this little flat roof, the contractor did not take this material far enough up underneath the shingle product. So ideally what we would do if we're going to install a new flat roof like this is we'll take off the shingles that are here, we'll take this material up about 3 feet underneath the other portion of the roof, and then the new shingles go right on top of it to seal it off. So what's happening is you got a shingle product that is now essentially on the flat section of the roof. Shingles are not meant to withstand ponding water, and every time it rains, water just sits on this portion of the roof, and it's going to get in every single time. So just because they added another layer would not stop that leak from coming. This needs to be redone properly. You know, as far as repairs go, it's kind of tough to say what exactly would need to be done to ensure that this roof is, you know, going to work properly. At this point, with the age of the product and the way that it was installed, I can see this homeowner chasing leaks for a very long time. You can see all the nails that were used to seal off this material as well. All these nail heads are exposed completely. Water's getting underneath each and every one of these, again, every single time it rains. And it doesn't look like this material went underneath. Looks like they just cut it off right here. So, you know, in my professional opinion, this roof probably needs to be redone. I want to point out one more thing. This video is getting a little long here. I apologize. I don't see any nails that were used to install this this shingle product. So this is the Sure Nail strip. This is where you're supposed to nail. I see 0 nails on this product. So it looks like the contractor that put it on just really didn't know what they were doing as far as the roofing goes. So what the homeowner should probably do is just go ahead and redo this roof. So tear this down to the wood decking. We can address any kind of bad wood that's underneath it. We're an Owens Corning preferred contractor. We're gonna go ahead and replace this with synthetic underlayment. It'll come with a 50-year warranty. We'll never have to worry about this roof again. But at this point, I can see this homeowner chasing leaks for the foreseeable future. That's it for my inspection.